To order 2019. First, I'd like to have a moment of silence for Richie Matz, who passed away just a week or so ago. Longtime educator in our district, great football coach, touched many lives of the children and parents here in our district. So let's start out with a moment of silence for Richie and then the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mr. Reba.
No.
Mr. Bonomo?
Here.
Mrs. DeCosmo?
Here.
Mr. Fume?
Here.
Mrs. Kay?
Here.
Mr. Mahalik?
Here.
Mrs. Scarcella?
Here.
Mr. Szymanski? Here. Mr. Van Hoekelen? And Mr. Zola?
Here.
I'd like to announce the following executive sessions were held February 13th, 2019, personnel, February 20th, personnel, February 28th, personnel, acquisition of property, litigation, and tax appeal. Caitlin, our student representative.
The following is February monthly report. On February 26th, a random selection of seniors from the Hazleton Area High School, Hazleton Area Career Center, and Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences participated in the National Assessment of Educational Progress, NAEP. NAEP is the largest national representative for student assessment, which assesses students' knowledge on various subject areas. We are honored to have our students participate in NAEP, as Hazleton is one of a very small group of high schools across the country selected to be a part of our nation's national report card. The class of 2020 officers, under their advisor, Mrs. Byler, coordinated a collection of items for Mia's bags, designed to provide activities and entertainment for children undergoing treatment. They were able to put together and donate around 120 bags to the Greater Hazleton unit of the American Cancer Society. 7 HAHS students performed in the PMEA District 9 Course Festival held at Forest City and Lakeland High Schools. They are Kristen Snyder, Madison Youngcourt, Jasmine Treichler, Gracie Tuggle, Elizabeth Mora, Alibris Cruz, and Travis Smith. Besides having a core student selected for All Eastern Chorus, there was also another student selected to sing in the All-State Vocal Jazz Ensemble, Stephen Pyle. Both students will sing as a part of the MEGA, Pennsylvania Music Educators All-State Conference and the National Association for Music Education All-Eastern Conference in Pittsburgh. The team of Jaya Franek, Olivia Miosowicz, Christy Szymanczyk, and Brianna Brasky created a storybook that won an honorable mention for the PPNL Innovation Challenge. The mock trial team also completed a successful season by reaching their quarterfinals of the district competition at the Luzerne County Courthouse. AHAS students participated in the Pennsylvania Music Educators Association District 9 Orchestra Festival at Marywood University from January 9th to 11th. Each student successfully auditioned into this ensemble during a November 2018 pre-audition and completed a second audition for potential advancement to the PMEA Region 4 Orchestra. 14 HAHS band students also participated in this festival at Pittston area. Each student successfully auditioned in the ensemble as well during their November 2018 pre-audition. 3 HAS band students participated in the Pennsylvania Music Educators Association Region 4 Orchestra at Kutztown Area High School on February 20th to the 22nd. Each student completed 2 elimination auditions to gain entrance into the ensemble. 9 HAHS students also completed this festival at the Lewisburg Area High School. The boys swim team won the Wyoming Valley Conference Championship, and senior Paul Flowers surpassed a 2,000-point mark for career points. HAHS Spirit Club started a new program designed to increase school spirit and build community involvement among our elementary buildings. Based on recommendations from coaches, varsity student athletes will be assigned to visit elementary buildings to read a book of students' choice, to students and show and tell a few Cougar items that they brought with them. The first session was held recently and more are scheduled for the future. 11th grader Verena Gadd entered the NASA Students Scientist for Day 2018 to 2019 contest. Verena Gadd wrote an essay on why NASA should return to Europa. 3 students from the Honors Visual Arts Studio and Arts and Humanities Academy are volunteering their time to paint several large interior murals at the Hazleton Integration Project in Hazleton. Seniors Mary Luz Rodriguez, Isabel Colon, and Joshua de Vargas have already spent several Saturdays painting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Public announcements and recognition, Mr. Upling?
No, sir.
Okay, before we get to the public comment directed to the board on agenda items only, we are on the addendum of the agenda. We are removing number 4. So number 4 will be removed. Do we have anyone, Mr. Bonomo?
Nobody.
No one? Okay. Motion to approve the board meeting. Motion by Mr. Bonomo.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mahalik. Question? Mr. Reba?
All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Motion to approve the treasurer's
Motion.
report. Motion by Mr. Bonomo.
Second.
Second by Mrs. DeCosmo on the question. Mr. Reba?
All in favor of approving the treasurer's report, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Mr. Uplinger?
Thank you. On the agenda under Curriculum and Instruction and Career Center, approve items 1 through 11 with one motion.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
Items 1 through 11, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
On page 3, under English Language Development, ELD, number 12, recommend board approve the hiring of Jasmine Castellanos.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mahalik on the question.
Budgeted or?
This is a replacement
Yes.
position, and it is budgeted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Reba?
Number 12, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Under Nutrition, approve items 13 through 14 with one motion.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mahalik on the question.
Yeah, number 13, if I could, again, thank the nutrition group and this committee. The CEO is a phenomenal organization who sponsored or linked with the Weinberg Foundation. This program is just, it's amazing. I worked with it in Wilkes-Barre. I work with it currently at my district. What this does to the community is the quality and quantity of foods, dairy, produce. It's unbelievable. I would hope that, one, this will get off the ground for Maple Manor, and that we could also look to do it maybe at 1 or 2 other schools, because it's a tremendous, tremendous program. So thank you.
Mr. Mahalik, I have to agree with you. It is a tremendous program, and we need to keep moving on that.
Could we ask food service just to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure.
Could you come up and just tell us a little bit about the program? Okay. Oh, she passed that much back.
That was pretty quick, Ms. Farrell.
Sure.
It's actually been the Wellness Committee. I have introduced this to the CEO. Come to Maple Manor. This is fun as this is central. So the entire district, all families. Manor, that's just where we have the once a month of the bring the truck and families who sign the form. They come pick up once a month and fill everything up and go home.
So it's not eat there. It's
No, sir, it's to fill up.
Oh, okay.
Food donates. They
Okay.
just
Right.
Like a bag, groceries, fresh food, fresh produce.
Oh, okay.
It's brought in and it's fresh, and the families can sign up. Everyone qualifies in the district because of our food program, and so we're not going to turn anybody away. We're going to be very successful.
Thank you.
And Pat,
Thank
if I could add, it's not just for those that have a certain economic threshold. It's for anyone and everyone.
So it should be open to all
Correct.
Great.
They also do that once a month at Emmanuel Christian in Chapel Hill. The church does that, and there's a big turnout for that also there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Reba?
On numbers 13 and 14, again, the revised 14 is on the top of the addendum.
Right.
Numbers 13 and 14, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Pointer?
On page 4, under technology, approve items 15 and 16 with one motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo and second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
On the motion, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion
May I
passes.
just ask Dr. Briggs, Dr. Briggs, currently, do you know, just offhand, if you don't, it's okay, our homebound, what the number is of our current students on homebound? 10. Thank you, sir.
Under facilities and capital projects, approve items 17 through 19 with one motion.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
Items 17, 18, and 19, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Under security, item number 20, recommend board rescind the motion of November 20th, 2018.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo.
Second.
Second by Mrs. DeCosmo. Question. Mr. Reba?
Number 20, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Under student activities, athletics, and extracurricular, number 21, recommend board appoint the following athletic coach's salary as per the HA agreement.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo and second by Mrs. Scarcella on the question. Mr. Reba?
Number 21, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Before I go into finance, if you do look at your addendum, item number 24, the agenda item has been revised, and that is how it should read on your addendum. Under finance, approve items 22 through 31 with one motion.
Motion by Mr.
Second.
Bonomo, second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
Numbers 22 through 31, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No on 24, please.
Yeah, I'm a no on 24 also.
Ayes have it, noting the 2 no votes.
Item number 32, need a motion to pay the bills.
Motion.
Motion by Mrs. DeCosmo.
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
32A through H, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I'm a no on E and H.
I'm a no on each. H, sorry.
E and H for me, Tony.
Ayes have it, noting the 3 no votes on E and H.
On page 7, superintendent's agenda, approve items 33 through 41 with one motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo and second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
Numbers 33 through 41, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Page 8, approve items 42 through 56 with one motion.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo,
Second.
second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
Numbers 42 to 56, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
On page 9, approve items 57 through 64 with one motion.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo,
Second.
second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
Numbers 57 through 64, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
On your addendum, please, under new motions.
Just on our two teachers for their tenure, you know, congratulations. I guess that's a big step for them.
It is a big step.
Yes.
Thank you. Joshua and Gina? Are they here? No?
No.
No. We're not finished
We're
yet.
not finished
Well,
yet.
We'll give some.
Few more items.
Yep.
We have to ask for a question.
Right.
The audience on each one. Item number 1 on the addendum, recommend board approve a resolution for the tax assessment settlement between Luzerne County Board of Assessment Appeals, Luzerne County, Hazleton Area School District, Sugarloaf Township, and Valley Country Club, Luzerne County.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo,
Second.
second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
Addendum number 1, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Item number 2, recommend board approve the agreement with Alfred Benich and Company in the amount of $4,800.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Bonomo,
Second.
second by Mrs. Scarcella on the question. Mr. Reba?
Addendum item number 2, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Item number 3, recommend board approve the medical sabbatical leave for employee HUT 003.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mrs. DeCosmos, second by Mr. Bonomo. Question? Mr. Reba?
Addendum item 3, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Item number 4 has been removed. Item number 5, recommend board approve the PDE resolution for e-signatures by the superintendent, Brian T. Uplinger.
So move.
Motion by Mr.
Second.
Mahalik, second by Mr. Bonomo on the question. Mr. Reba?
Addendum number 5, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Item number 6, recommend board authorize to have the Schrader Group architects examine the district K-8 libraries.
Motion.
Motion by Mr.
Second.
Bonomo, second by Mrs. Scarcella. Question? Mr. Reba?
Addendum item 6, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Item number 7, recommend board approve the proposed settlement agreement on behalf of student number 110794.
Motion by Mr.
Second.
Bonomo, second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
Addendum item 7, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
I'd like to make a motion to rededicate, or to dedicate and rename the new field down at Harmagay Stadium, and I would like it to be called the Richie, I'm going to dedicate it to Richie Matz. He has done a tremendous amount for the youth of this area, but an appropriate name we thought was the Richie Matz Field at Harmagay Stadium.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Bonomo and second by Mr. Mahalik on the question. Mr. Reba?
Need
I'm sorry, it's a new motion, so public comment. Anyone from the audience wish to be heard on this item? Oh, no. Mr. Reba?
on the new motion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Okay, we have public comment at this time?
I'd like to make a motion.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the rental fee for the Wilsey Performing Arts Center on May 23rd for a town hall featuring the opioid crisis.
Motion.
Motion by
Second.
Mrs. Scarcella and second by, second? By Mr. Bonomo.
Oh.
Would
Sorry.
be just the rental fee.
I did say rental.
So it's a motion to waive the rental
The
fee
rental fee.
for a good cause. Mr. Reba?
Public comment on that as
Public comment, anyone from the audience? Mr. Reba?
I think
Wait,
we
there-
have public
there-
comment.
Child.
I'm sorry. Do you have public comment on that item?
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
on that
yeah,
item.
Just that item.
On waiving the rental fee, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion passes.
Public comment? Not at this time? Dr. Childs?
My name is Robert Childs. I currently reside in Freeland. I'd like to tell you a story that's unfortunately not a story. Youngster in this school district, early teens. Okay. Youngster in this school district, early teens, entered one of the ELL classrooms, was talking with his friend in Spanish. The teacher was nearby. They looked at the teacher and there was laughter. She presumed that there was some kind of comment being made about her, some kind of derogatory comment. She sent the student to the office. The one word that the student understood that she said was stupid, okay, because in Spanish, stupido is stupid, okay, and child went down to the office. Now, both of the people who were involved in the conversation later individually said that the conversation wasn't about the teacher at all. Teacher didn't understand. Everybody ends up angry. Now, when the student ends up at the office, who does he run into? There's no Latino dean. There's nobody who understands Spanish in the office. There is nobody for the student to fall back on. What I'm describing for you is a situation where there's a tremendous lack of communication. And I'm not bringing up a specific name of teacher or student or school because this is just an example of what's happening in this school district, and you need to be aware of that. You need to be aware that the lack of communication leads to, first, there's a feeling of helplessness, and then there's resentment, and in child psychology, that's followed by anger, and that's nasty stuff. You've got hiring season coming up very shortly. I would suggest that you come up with something better than putting on the internet, on the internet, the fact that you need teachers, because that's not going to get you anybody new that you haven't seen already before. You need to do something different.
Dr. Childs, just to let you know, and I guess Ms. Galloway can attest to it, in every school there is a translator there. So if that child did have a problem and there was not somebody there, they would call the translator in. They are in all the schools. So I don't know why that was missed, because when I worked there, if there was a problem, a translator would be there to discuss that problem. So I don't know where that came from, but there is a translator in every single school.
But
or if she's not there, they will contact the school as to where that translator is, and that translator will come down to the school.
Okay, but again, that doesn't solve the problem. As you're fully aware, Mrs. DeCosmo, that simply doesn't solve the problem.
No.
The problem is right up front, and everybody is angry before you ever get into this whole situation.
I know that.
And that's got to be corrected. You had an opportunity with the deans. You didn't take that opportunity. That could have solved a lot of problems, but you didn't solve that problem. You've got hiring season coming up. What I'm asking you to do is to consider very seriously the fact that you need Latino personnel in this district.
And I agree with you, but also, and you also know that, and I have looked it up, if they are from out of state, they do have to qualify here in Pennsylvania and have to get Pennsylvania certification. We welcome anybody. As far as emergency certificate, we are not a bilingual state, so therefore we would not be able to get an emergency certificate. But if there are bilingual, or I'm telling you, if some of the students that are in school, I suggest them to pick up Spanish that are in teaching areas and apply, or if they're people outside of the community, we welcome them to come in. We truly do. But
I would ask you, I look at the hierarchy at the state level right now in the Department of Education.
Yes.
Okay. Has anybody bothered to talk to the Secretary of Education? Because
yes,
I met with them.
Yes.
Okay,
Just
and
recently,
did the Secretary of It, did you ask specifically whether or not you could get emergency certification for?
No, but we are working on with, and I lost it, Francisco from the Department of Education. He works closely with Dr. Rivera. That I am more than willing to go down and sit with Dr. Rivera and say, here's what we have. Here's the situation that we have in Hazleton. It's not only just us. We have Reading and we have Allentown and situations like that across the state. that I'm willing to sit with him and figure out how we can better utilize the hiring process or the certification process, and how we can lift some of those issues that we have, that we see across the district, just us, or Allentown, other places. But I'm more than willing to sit down with him and figure out a solution to that.
Again, Superintendent, I would hope that a simple phone call to the Secretary of Education, he knows the problem. It's not like he's unaware of the problem. And simply saying, can emergency certification be arranged for individuals coming out from outside the state that will help us with our Latino population? Simple question, one question, by phone. Maybe not such a simple question.